Hello friends, how are you? Hope you are doing well. So let us discuss the new topic called planning for ESG initiatives. So to plan the ESG initiative, what steps are covered, what it involves, like setting clear goals, defining a strategy, outlining actions to integrate sustainability principles into an organization's operations and decision making process. But let us go to a structured approach, what it covers. We'll discuss that. Let us go one by one. So first, these all are the steps involved in this structured approach. Let's say assessment of the current states or current maturity assessment. We say establishment of ESG goals and direct objectives, development of ESG strategies, integrating into business operations, resource allocation and budgeting, monitoring and measurement, stakeholder engagement and communication, then continuous improvement and learning. So take a first step is assessment of the current state. In this, what we do, we conduct a comprehensive assessment of the organization's current ESG performance, including environmental impact, social practices and governance structures. Then next is, in this itself, like we identify strengths, weaknesses, opportunities and threats, SWOT analysis related to ESG, and we engage the stakeholders including employees, customers, investors, suppliers, communities to gather feedback and insights on ESG priorities and concerns. The next is establishing of ESG goals and objectives. In this step, what we do, we based on the assessment of the findings and stakeholder input, as we discussed earlier in the first step, we set specific, measurable, achievable, relevant and time-bound smart ESG goals and objectives. Second, we align ESG goals with the organization's mission, vision, corporate values and strategic priorities. The third one is we prioritize the ESG issues based on their materiality and significance to the organization and its stakeholders. Then next comes development of ESG strategy. In this step, what we do, we develop the ESG strategies and action plans to achieve ESG goals and objectives as we decided in the second step. We consider a holistic approach that integrates environmental sustainability, CSR and governance principles into core business functions and processes. Then what we do, we go for identification of key focus areas and initiatives for improving ESG performance, such as energy efficiency, diversity, inclusion, supply chain sustainability, ethical governance and stakeholder engagement. Next step is integration into business operations. In this step, what we do, we integrate ESG considerations into business operations in the decision making process and corporate strategy, and we embed sustainability principles into organizational policies, procedures, performance matrices, and we engage employees at all levels to drive a culture of CSR, sustainability and empowering them to contribute to the ESG goals and initiatives. Next step is resource allocation and budgeting. In this step, we allocate resources including budget, financial resource, personnel, human resource and technology, engineering resource to support ESG initiatives. Then we prioritize the investments into ESG related projects and initiatives that deliver the greatest value and impact to the organization and all our stakeholders. Then next, ensuring alignment between ESG investments and the overall business priorities and financial goals. The next step is monitoring the performance and measuring the performance. So what we do in this step, we establish key performance indicators and matrices to measure the progress towards ESG goals and objectives. We implement the systems and processes for monitoring and tracking ESG performance data, including environmental metrics, social metrics and governance metrics. Then we regularly evaluate or review ESG performance against targets. So regular review is required, regular review frequently. Okay, so we need to decide the frequency also. So regularly review ESG performance against what? Against the targets, what we decided earlier, identify areas for improvement and adjust strategies and actions as and when needed The next is stakeholder engagement and communication step, where we engage stakeholders to communicate our ESG goals, progress and their outcomes transparently and effectively, and also solicit feedback from stakeholders to inform ESG planning and decision making processes. Also, we develop communication strategies and channels to share ESG achievements, best practices, awards, recognition, lesson learned with external and internal stakeholders. Last is continuous improvement and learning. In this step, we drive a culture of continuous improvement, learning by encouraging experimentations, innovations, knowledge sharing, idea sharing around ESG. And also, we regularly review and update ESG goals, strategies, and initiatives in response to changing internal and external conditions, market trends, regulatory frameworks, stakeholder expectations. Also, we learn from success and failures to refine ESG planning and implement processes and drive continuous improvement in ESG performance. So, by following all these steps, organizations can develop a robust ESG planning process that guides the integration of sustainability principles into their operations and can enhance stakeholder value and contributes to the long-term business success and societal impact. Thank you very much, friends. We discuss new topic now.